Have you ever wondered how act like you already won can shift your approach to life? It's about embodying the mindset of your future self right now. By visualizing success and adopting the traits of someone who has already achieved their goals, you begin to align your actions with your aspirations. This isn't about waiting for success to happen. It's about living as though you've already achieved it, making every decision and action reflect the person you are becoming. Through consistent practice, confidence grows, and you pave the way for your dreams to unfold in reality. To truly begin the journey of acting like you've already won, visualization is a crucial first step. It's not just about daydreaming or casually imagining a better version of yourself. It's about creating a vivid, detailed, and emotionally compelling vision of who you want to become. Visualization helps bridge the gap between where you are and where you want to be, providing clarity and direction for your actions. The process begins with an honest reflection on your dreams, aspirations, and the life you desire. Picture your future self in full detail, not just the accomplishments you aim to achieve, but also the habits, mindset, and emotional state you embody. Imagine walking into a room as the person you aspire to be. How do you hold yourself? What kind of energy do you exude? Visualize every aspect of this version of you, from the way you communicate to the routines that shape your day. Perhaps you see yourself waking up early to meditate, organizing your schedule with precision, or confidently leading a meeting. Dive deep into the emotions that accompany these moments. Feel the pride, the satisfaction, and the peace that come with knowing you're living a life aligned with your goals and values. This emotional connection is key to making your vision powerful and motivating. Visualization is not a one-time exercise, but an evolving process. As you grow and gain new experiences, your aspirations may shift and your vision should adapt accordingly. Set aside time regularly to refine this mental picture. Reflect on whether it still aligns with your goals and current desires. Adjust the details to incorporate new insights and inspirations, ensuring that your vision remains dynamic and relevant. For instance, as your career aspirations expand, you might visualize yourself mastering new skills or building deeper professional relationships. When creating this vision, it's important to think holistically. Success isn't just about career achievements or material gains. Include elements of personal growth, emotional fulfillment, and meaningful relationships in your visualization. Imagine how you interact with family, friends, and colleagues as your future self. Picture the calm confidence in your demeanor, the empathy in your words, and the strength in your decisions. By doing so, you're not just visualizing isolated successes, but crafting a complete, fulfilling life. The practice of visualization also benefits from sensory engagement. Close your eyes and immerse yourself in the sights, sounds, and feelings of your future reality. If your goal is to achieve a major milestone, such as running your own business or publishing a book, visualize the setting. See the congratulatory smiles of others. Hear their encouraging words and feel the texture of the success you've created. Engaging Multiple senses makes your vision more tangible and emotionally resonant, helping it feel closer and more attainable. While visualization provides a mental framework, it also serves as a guide for your daily actions. By vividly imagining your future self, you create a blueprint for the habits and behaviors you need to cultivate now. If your envisioned self is disciplined and goal-oriented, start integrating these traits into your present routines. For example, if you see yourself as physically fit and healthy, begin by committing to a consistent exercise routine and mindful eating habits. Each small action you take today aligns you closer with the person you aspire to be. Turn your vision into reality, step by step. Beyond guiding personal habits, visualization can shape the way you approach challenges and setbacks. When difficulties arise, imagine how your future self would respond. Would they tackle obstacles with resilience and determination? Would they find creative solutions and stay calm under pressure? By visualizing these scenarios, you mentally rehearse positive responses, preparing yourself to handle real-life challenges with grace and strength. Your vision of the future is not just a destination, but a compass that continually guides your growth. It keeps you focused, motivated, and aligned with your aspirations, even when distractions and doubts creep in. By returning to this mental image regularly, you reinforce your commitment and renew your sense of purpose. Visualization transforms your dreams from abstract ideas into a living, breathing source of motivation that shapes every aspect of your journey. As you refine your vision, remember that it is deeply personal and unique to you. Resist the urge to compare it with others' paths or definitions of success. Your future self reflects your values, passions, and dreams. Embrace the individuality of your vision and trust in the process of becoming. By doing so, you create not only a compelling image of your future, but also the confidence and determination needed to bring it to life. This practice of visualization is not just about imagining success, it is about living it, breathing it, and stepping into it every day as if it were already yours. To truly align your current self with the person you aspire to become, adopting new habits is essential. This step is about more than just mimicking behaviors. It is about fully embodying the traits, qualities, and mindset of your future self in your daily life. The process begins with identifying the specific characteristics that define your envisioned self. Whether it is confidence, leadership, discipline, or creativity, these traits must be understood and practiced with intention. By integrating them into your actions, you create a bridge between the present and the future, transforming your goals from distant aspirations into lived reality. Imagine your future self as a confident, decisive leader. What does that person do differently in their daily life compared to your current self? Do they approach challenges with a solution-oriented mindset? Do they communicate with clarity and inspire others with their vision? To embody these qualities, you must actively incorporate them into your behavior today. For example, if leadership is a defining trait of your future self, seek out opportunities to take initiative. Volunteer for responsibilities, mentor others, or speak up during meetings. These actions may feel unfamiliar or even uncomfortable at first, but with consistent practice, they will begin to feel natural. Adopting the traits of your future self also requires a shift in mindset. Confidence, for instance, is not merely about projecting outward assurance, but about cultivating an inner belief in your abilities. Start by reframing negative thoughts and doubts. When you catch yourself thinking, "I'm not capable," challenge this belief by reflecting on your past achievements and strengths. Repetition and reinforcement are key. Over time, the act of thinking and acting confidently will become second nature, mirroring the mindset of your envisioned self. Consistency plays a pivotal role in this process. Habits are not built overnight, and embodying the traits of your future self requires persistence. Begin with small, manageable changes that align with your vision. For instance, if your future self is someone who values discipline, start by establishing a morning routine that prioritizes productivity. Gradually add more habits that support this trait, such as setting daily goals or committing to focused work periods. Each small step contributes to a larger transformation, reinforcing your alignment with your future self. This process is not limited to individual habits, but extends to how you interact with others. Think about how your future self handles relationships and collaborations. Do they communicate assertively yet empathetically? Do they offer support and inspire those around them? Begin to model these behaviors in your current interactions. Practice active listening, articulate your thoughts with clarity, and approach conflicts with a solutions-focused attitude. By doing so, you not only grow into your future self, but also positively influence the people around you. It is important to remember that embodying new traits may feel unnatural at first. This is a normal part of the process. As you are stepping out of your comfort zone and challenging deeply ingrained habits, allow yourself the patience and grace to adapt. Growth is not linear, and setbacks are a natural part of the journey. When you stumble, remind yourself that every effort you make is bringing you closer to the person you want to become. To deepen the process, engage in practices that reinforce your new habits and mindset. Visualization, journaling, and self-reflection can be powerful tools. Take time each day to envision yourself successfully embodying your desired traits. Write about the progress you are making and the challenges you are overcoming. Reflect on the changes you notice in your behavior and mindset, and use these insights to refine your approach. These practices not only provide motivation, but also strengthen your commitment to your transformation. The journey of adopting new habits is as much about internal growth as it is about external behavior. It is not simply about what you do, but about who you are becoming. By embodying the traits of your future self in your actions, you align your present with your vision for the future. This alignment creates a sense of continuity and purpose, making your goals feel less like distant dreams and more like an integral part of your daily life. Over time, as these habits become ingrained, you will find that you are not just aspiring to be your future self, you are already living as them. The journey toward becoming your future self begins with a clear vision, but that vision alone is not enough. To bring it to life, you must translate it into actionable steps that guide your daily efforts. Goal setting is the bridge between your dreams and reality, offering a structured pathway to success. Breaking down your vision into manageable, measurable objectives transforms an abstract idea into a concrete plan. This approach not only makes your goals achievable, but also provides opportunities to celebrate progress along the way, fueling motivation and reinforcing your commitment. Start by identifying the key elements of your vision and categorizing them into different areas of your life, such as career, relationships, health, or personal growth. For example, if your vision includes becoming a confident public speaker, define what success looks like in this area. It could mean delivering a flawless presentation to a large audience, receiving positive feedback from peers, or mastering the art of persuasive communication. Once you have clarified the outcomes, work backward to determine the steps required to achieve them. These steps could include joining a public speaking group, practicing regularly in smaller settings, or studying techniques from experienced speakers. Breaking goals into smaller, actionable steps is crucial for maintaining focus and avoiding overwhelm. Large goals can feel intimidating, but dividing them into bite-sized tasks makes them manageable and achievable. If your ultimate goal is to run a marathon, for instance, start by committing to a consistent training schedule. Begin with short distances. Gradually increase your mileage and incorporate strength training and recovery routines. Each completed step represents progress and builds momentum toward the larger objective. This methodical approach creates a sense of accomplishment, keeping you motivated to move forward. Equally important is setting deadlines for your goals. Specific timelines create a sense of urgency and accountability, ensuring that you stay on track. Instead of vaguely stating that you want to improve your fitness, commit to running 3 times a week or achieving a certain pace within 2 months. Deadlines help you measure progress and provide clear milestones to strive for. They also allow you to evaluate your performance and make adjustments as needed, ensuring that you remain aligned with your vision. As you work toward your goals, it is essential to celebrate incremental progress. Acknowledging small victories reinforces your belief in your abilities and provides a boost of motivation. Celebrations do not need to be extravagant. Even simple gestures, such as rewarding yourself with a favorite activity or sharing your success with a supportive friend, can be powerful. These moments of recognition remind you of how far you have come and encourage you to keep pushing forward. Celebrating progress also shifts your focus from perfection to growth, helping you appreciate the journey as much as the destination. Reflecting on your progress is an integral part of goal setting. Regularly evaluate the steps you have taken and the results you have achieved. Ask yourself whether your actions are bringing you closer to your vision and whether your goals remain relevant and aligned with your desires. Reflection allows you to identify areas where you may need to adjust your approach or refine your objectives. For example, if a particular strategy is not yielding the expected results, consider exploring alternative methods or seeking advice from someone with experience in that area. This process of continuous improvement ensures that your efforts remain purposeful and effective. The practice of goal setting also involves resilience and adaptability. Challenges and setbacks are inevitable, but they do not define your journey. Instead of viewing obstacles as failures, see them as opportunities to learn and grow. If you miss a deadline or encounter an unexpected difficulty, use the experience to identify what went wrong and how you can improve. Resilience helps you stay committed to your vision, even when the path forward is unclear or requires adjustments. This mindset reinforces your determination and keeps you moving forward no matter the circumstances. In addition to individual goals, consider how your actions align with the broader vision of your life. Are your daily efforts contributing to the kind of person you aspire to become? For instance, if generosity and compassion are part of your vision, set goals that reflect these values, such as volunteering for a cause or supporting a friend in need. By aligning your goals with your core values, you create a sense of purpose and fulfillment that extends beyond personal achievements. Celebrating progress is not just about rewarding yourself, it is also about cultivating gratitude for the journey. Gratitude shifts your perspective from focusing solely on what remains to be done to appreciating the growth you have already experienced. Take moments to reflect on how far you have come, the lessons you have learned, and the strengths you have developed. This sense of gratitude enhances your motivation and reinforces your belief in your ability to achieve your vision. The act of setting and achieving goals is a dynamic process that evolves as you grow. Your vision may shift over time, and your goals should adapt to reflect these changes. Embrace this evolution as a natural part of the journey, understanding that growth is not a straight line, but a continuous process of refinement. By remaining flexible and open to new possibilities, you ensure that your goals remain relevant and inspiring. Ultimately, goal setting and celebration are about more than just ticking boxes or achieving milestones. They are about creating a life that reflects your values, passions, and aspirations. Each step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to the person you want to become. By breaking down your vision into actionable steps and celebrating progress along the way, you transform your dreams into a lived reality, one that is both meaningful and fulfilling. A significant aspect of becoming your future self lies in how you approach and nurture your relationships. Interpersonal connections are a powerful reflection of who you are and can serve as catalysts for personal growth and transformation. To truly embody the traits of your envisioned self, it is essential to interact with others as that future version of you would. This involves fostering growth, not only in yourself, but also inspiring and uplifting those around you. By adopting the mindset and behaviors of your ideal self, you create relationships that are deeper, more meaningful, and aligned with your aspirations. Imagine how your future self would communicate and engage with others. Perhaps they are a source of encouragement, someone who listens with empathy and responds with wisdom. They may be confident yet humble, assertive yet compassionate, and inspiring yet approachable. Begin by incorporating these qualities into your current interactions. For example, if your future self is a skilled and thoughtful communicator, focus on actively listening during conversations. Resist the urge to interrupt or dominate discussions, and instead demonstrate genuine interest in the perspectives of others. Over time, this habit will not only strengthen your relationships, but also align you closer to the person you aspire to become. Relationships thrive when there is a foundation of trust and respect. Your future self likely values these principles and prioritizes them in their connections with others. To cultivate trust, be consistent in your actions and transparent in your intentions. If you make a promise, follow through with it. If you are unsure about something, admit it openly instead of feigning certainty. These small but significant behaviors reinforce your integrity and strengthen your bonds with others. Respect, on the other hand, involves recognizing the worth and individuality of those you interact with. Treat others with kindness, even in challenging situations, and acknowledge their contributions and perspectives. By doing so, you create an environment where people feel valued and respected, fostering mutual growth and understanding. Inspiring others is another hallmark of your future self. To inspire, you must first embody the values and principles that resonate with those around you. Lead by example, demonstrating qualities such as resilience, creativity, and dedication in your actions. If your future self is someone who motivates others to pursue their dreams, begin by sharing your own journey and aspirations. Speak about the lessons you have learned, the challenges you have overcome, and the goals you are working toward. Authenticity is key. When you share your story honestly and openly, it resonates with others and encourages them to reflect on their own potential. Conflict is an inevitable part of relationships, but how you handle it can set the tone for the connection. Your future self likely approaches conflicts with grace and a focus on resolution rather than escalation. To embody this trait, practice responding to disagreements with calmness and empathy. Instead of reacting defensively or placing blame, seek to understand the other person's perspective and find common ground. This approach not only resolves conflicts effectively, but also strengthens the relationship by demonstrating your commitment to mutual respect and growth. Supporting others is a central element of fostering meaningful relationships. Your future self understands the importance of offering encouragement and assistance when needed. Whether it is providing guidance, lending a listening ear, or celebrating someone's achievements, these acts of support create a positive and uplifting dynamic. Moreover, supporting others often leads to reciprocal relationships where you also receive encouragement and motivation in return. This cycle of mutual growth benefits both parties and reinforces your commitment to becoming your best self. As you approach relationships from the perspective of your future self, it is essential to practice self-awareness and reflection. Regularly assess how your interactions align with your vision. Ask yourself whether your behavior reflects the qualities of the person you want to become. If there are areas where you fall short, Identify specific actions you can take to improve. For instance, if you notice that you tend to be impatient during conversations, consciously work on slowing down and giving others the space to express themselves. This process of self-reflection and adjustment ensures that your relationships continue to evolve in alignment with your aspirations. It is also important to recognize the role of boundaries in maintaining healthy relationships. Your future self likely understands that boundaries are essential for preserving emotional well-being and ensuring balanced connections. Learn to communicate your needs and limits clearly and respectfully. For example, if your time and energy are being stretched too thin, practice saying no to additional commitments without guilt. Setting boundaries not only protects your own well-being, but also establishes a framework for respectful and supportive relationships. Cultivating relationships as your future self would is not only about how you interact with others, but also about the energy you bring into those interactions. Your future self likely radiates positivity, enthusiasm, and a sense of purpose. Begin by cultivating these traits within yourself. Practice gratitude, focus on the good in others, and approach interactions with a mindset of curiosity and openness. By doing so, you create a ripple effect of positivity that enhances not only your relationships, but also your own sense of fulfillment and growth. As you continue to grow into your future self, your relationships will naturally evolve to reflect the qualities and values you embody. Some connections may deepen as they align with your aspirations, while others may fade if they no longer serve your growth. Embrace this evolution as a natural part of the journey. Surround yourself with people who inspire, challenge, and support you, and be intentional about fostering connections that contribute to mutual growth. Ultimately, approaching relationships as your future self would is about creating connections that are rooted in authenticity, respect, and shared growth. It is about inspiring others through your actions, supporting them in their journeys, and cultivating a positive and empowering dynamic. By embodying these principles in your daily interactions, you not only enhance your relationships, but also reinforce your transformation into the person you aspire to become. Through this process, you create a network of connections that reflects your best self and amplifies the impact of your growth on those around you. The journey toward becoming your future self is not a straight path. It is filled with challenges, obstacles, and moments of doubt. These experiences, though difficult, are essential for growth. Self-compassion is the key to navigating these moments with resilience and patience. By treating yourself with kindness and understanding during setbacks, you create the emotional foundation necessary to continue striving toward your goals. Self-compassion is not about lowering your standards or avoiding accountability. It is about acknowledging your humanity, embracing imperfection, and using setbacks as opportunities to learn and grow. Imagine your future self encountering a setback. Perhaps they face rejection, experience failure in a project, or fall short of their expectations. How would they respond? Likely, they would not dwell in self-criticism or despair. Instead, they would reflect on the situation, identify lessons learned, and move forward with renewed determination. To embody this mindset, you must start by recognizing that setbacks are an inevitable part of the journey. They do not define your worth or potential, but rather serve as stepping stones toward your ultimate goals. When you encounter a challenge, pause to acknowledge your feelings without judgment. It is natural to feel frustration, disappointment, or even self-doubt in these moments. Instead of suppressing or ignoring these emotions, allow yourself the space to process them. Reflect on what triggered the setback and how it impacted you. This act of self-awareness creates a sense of emotional clarity and prevents negative feelings from festering. More importantly, it sets the stage for constructive action. Resilience is built through practice, and each setback is an opportunity to strengthen this quality. Rather than viewing challenges as insurmountable, reframe them as chances to develop new skills, insights, or perspectives. For instance, if you face criticism at work, instead of internalizing it as a personal failure, use it as feedback to improve. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? How can I use this to grow? This mindset not only builds resilience, but also fosters a sense of empowerment as you take control of your narrative and focus on solutions rather than problems. Self-compassion also involves letting go of perfectionism. Your future self likely understands that perfection is an unrealistic standard and that mistakes are an integral part of growth. Begin by shifting your focus from achieving flawless results to making consistent progress. Celebrate the effort you put into your journey, regardless of the outcome. For example, if you aim to develop a new skill or struggle initially, recognize that the willingness to try and practice is itself a significant step forward. By embracing imperfection, you allow yourself the freedom to take risks, experiment, and discover new possibilities. Patience is another essential aspect of self-compassion. Growth takes time, and meaningful transformation does not happen overnight. It is easy to become discouraged when progress feels slow, but patience helps you stay committed to your vision. Remind yourself that every step, no matter how small, contributes to your overall journey. If you are learning a new habit, such as adopting a healthier lifestyle, focus on the incremental changes you are making rather than fixating on the end goal. Each small victory builds momentum and reinforces your commitment to the process. Cultivating self-compassion also involves creating a supportive inner dialogue. Pay attention to how you speak to yourself during difficult times. Instead of criticizing yourself harshly, practice kindness and encouragement. For instance, when you face a setback, replace thoughts like I'm a failure with this is a challenging moment, but I'm learning and growing through it. Positive self-talk not only boosts your confidence, but also strengthens your resilience, as it reminds you of your capacity to overcome obstacles. It is important to recognize that self-compassion is not a solitary practice. Seek support from trusted individuals who can provide encouragement and perspective. Share your struggles with friends, family, or mentors who understand your journey and can offer guidance. Surrounding yourself with a supportive network reinforces the idea that setbacks are a shared human experience and that you are not alone in facing challenges. Additionally, Witnessing others navigate their own difficulties with grace and resilience can inspire you to approach your journey with the same mindset. Self-compassion also requires you to celebrate your progress, even when it feels small or insignificant. Acknowledge the effort you have invested and the milestones you have achieved, regardless of how modest they may seem. Reflect on how far you have come and the lessons you have learned along the way. This practice of gratitude shifts your focus from what is lacking to what is abundant in your life, reinforcing a sense of purpose and fulfillment. As you embrace setbacks with self-compassion, you begin to see them as opportunities for transformation rather than barriers to success. Each challenge you overcome strengthens your character and brings you closer to the person you aspire to become. Your future self is not defined by an absence of difficulties, but by the resilience and patience developed through navigating them. This perspective allows you to approach your journey with confidence, knowing that setbacks are not failures, but essential steps in the process of growth. Ultimately, self-compassion is about treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer a friend. It is about recognizing that you are a work in progress and that every experience, whether positive or negative, contributes to your evolution. By cultivating self-compassion, you create a foundation of emotional resilience that empowers you to pursue your vision with courage and determination. It is not about avoiding challenges, but about embracing them as part of the journey, knowing that each step, no matter how difficult, brings you closer to your future self. Through this practice, you transform setbacks into stepping stones, turning obstacles into opportunities for growth, and paving the way for a life of purpose and fulfillment. Acting as though you have already succeeded is not just a mindset. It is a transformative approach that bridges the gap between where you are and where you aspire to be. By aligning your present actions with your future vision, you create a life that reflects your goals, values, and aspirations. This alignment allows you to live intentionally, ensuring that each decision you make contributes to the realization of your ideal self. It is a practice rooted in belief and commitment where you embody the habits, attitudes, and mindset of the person you want to become. This approach does more than lead to external success. It fosters internal transformation. As you consistently act in alignment with your vision, you cultivate resilience, confidence, and clarity. These qualities become an integral part of who you are, shaping not only the outcomes you achieve, but also the person you grow into along the way. The journey itself becomes as meaningful as the destination, with each step reinforcing your ability to navigate challenges and celebrate progress. What once seemed like a distant dream begins to feel attainable, even inevitable. Success transforms from an abstract aspiration into a series of achievable milestones, each one a reflection of the intentional effort you put forth. As you embody your future self, the gap between your present and your vision narrows, bringing you closer to a life that is both fulfilling and purposeful. This process is a testament to the power of persistence, self-belief, and the courage to step into the person you know you can be. Ultimately, acting as though you have already succeeded is about more than achieving your goals. It is about creating a life that aligns with your deepest values and aspirations. It is about finding joy in the journey, celebrating growth, and embracing the possibilities that arise when you choose to live with purpose and intention. By adopting this mindset, you take control of your narrative, turning your vision into reality and transforming your potential into a lived experience of growth, fulfillment, and success.